Welcome to this tutorial, this online tutorial for Natural Science 1570, Exploring the Solar System. What we're going to look at today is how to find books to help you with your assignment in this course. So we'll start this task from the library homepage, and that's at www.library.yorku.ca. And there we can see a search window that tells us find books. So what we'll do is we'll start from here, and this will be kind of our focal point for finding books on various topics. The test topic that I'm going to use today is the Mars Curiosity, the NASA Mars Curiosity mission. And so we're going to try and find some books that are about that mission. So let's try first doing a search on Curiosity, and let's see what that finds us. Not much. It's mostly things that aren't that relevant, for what we're looking for. So let's try Curiosity Mars and see if that gives us anything better. Aha! There we go. Mars Science Laboratory, Curiosity Electronic Resource. Ultimate Mars Challenge. Video recording. Red Rover, inside the story of robotic space exploration from Genesis to the Mars rover Curiosity. So these seem a lot more relevant to what we're looking for. Now, some of them seem to be have this click to access resource, and so a lot of them seem to be ebooks. If you want to focus in on just ebooks, if you go over here on the side and you click the ebook under format, it'll show you just the ebook ones. Okay, just the ones that you could access from home or wherever else you might be. So let's take a look at a few. First one, let's see this Mars Science Laboratory Curiosity. If we click here, click to access this resource, what it's going to do, it's going to open up this file, and it looks like it's on the US government website, so it's probably some sort of NASA thing, and that's what it's telling me here. And so that's good. That's the kind of thing I want. Now I'm also seeing this one over here, Red Rover Electronic Resource, inside the story of a robotic space exploration from Genesis to the Mars rover Curiosity. This looks like a regular ebook. I like the fact that it's pretty recent. Let's click there and see what we're going to find. So this is coming to a page that is telling us the whole contents of this ebook. Okay, and so I'm looking down and I see there's a whole bunch of stuff, including some chapters on Curiosity. So if I just pick one, landing on Mars, I can see that the full text of that chapter is here. Okay, so that's kind of handy. There's also a search bar in here that's going to let me search within that Red Rover book. So that's really handy. And so we can see a couple of things here, like I said. We can see a couple of things here that are going to help us find information on the Curiosity mission. So another thing that we might want to find out information about is some sort of geological formation on Mars. Let's say we're going to search for something on Mars volcanoes. So let's try a search on Mars volcano and see what that gets us. Here we go. We have a bunch of things on Mars volcano. Some of them here are volcanoes of the Earth, Moon, and Mars. That one's from 1975. I'm not quite sure if that's exactly what I'm looking for. This one here is from 2002, so that one looks a little bit more recent. Let's try clicking on it. Now this one's not an ebook. This one is a regular good old-fashioned print book. And so over here it's telling me that it's in the stacks in the Stacy Library, and this is the call number for that book in the stack. So over here it's telling me it's available, and so I know that if I want to learn something about volcano ice interaction on Earth and Mars, I can come get this book at the Stacy Library and check it out. And so that's really handy to know. So we found a few things. It looks like some interesting books here. Now we can try some synonyms for volcano or similar words. Let's try Mars volcanic. Let's try that search. And you can see we've gotten some slightly different items here. It looks a little bit different. So Geology of Mars, Evidence from Earth-Based Analogs, another book at the Stacey Library, and that one also might be, that one might also be very useful. So I searched on volcano and volcanic. How could I get both of those in the same search? Well, I can just use an asterisk there, and that's kind of a wild card character. If I do Mars VOLCAN asterisk and do the search, it's going to find everything with volcanoes and volcanic. And so let's take a look again at the kinds of different items that we've got. So we've gotten, again, it seems like a combination of those two different searches, which is a good thing. Let's do one final search on books. Let's take a look at Mars geology, right? So a slightly more general search than volcanoes, and this will give us perhaps some insight into other geological features of Mars and not just volcanoes. So let me click Find. So here we go. Oh, this first one is kind of interesting. Prospective energy and material sources, and this is an interesting one about Mars. And so maybe that's something I could poke into a little bit and maybe learn a little bit more about a slightly more narrow concept, and maybe get something that'll look really interesting in my assignment. So I see this one's an ebook. Click access to this resource. Let's try when there's two of them, sometimes one might work better than the other one, or one might be a better interface than the other. So let's try them both and see what we get. This first one, this first one gives us the same interface that we saw in that other ebook. And so we kind of remember how that one works. You click on the PDFs, and that gives you information about a particular book. If we click on the second one, this one is a slightly different interface. This is a slightly different interface. And once again, I see a bunch of different chapters here. And what I can do in this one looks a little bit different. I like the fact that they have the search within the book right there. So this one's, again, about Mars. This entire book is about prospective energy and material resources. We were looking at volcanoes before. So let's see what we can find about volcanoes. Aha! Geothermal energy on Mars. So we searched inside this book and found something on geothermal energy on Mars. Click the download PDF, and now we have here a whole chapter of this book on geothermal energy in Mars. So that's kind of an interesting idea that we could use, that we could go to Mars and figure out how to get our own energy while we were there. Again, that idea of using geothermal energy was really interesting. So that's it. That's it for our little tutorial here today on finding books for the Natural Science 1570 Exploring the Solar System class. Good luck, and you can contact me from the Natural Science 1570 library guide page. Thank you. Good luck.